Okay, hi guys and welcome to Blake's Bakes. So today we are experimenting for a very special cake. In terms of my wedding cake, I have ordered from a professional because it's nice to let them deal with all that stress. But we do have quite a few guests who have specific dietary needs, so I'm going to do an experiment to see whether I can find the best gluten-free vegan cake recipe. So let's see how this experiment goes. Here I've got some of my more specialist ingredients, some almond milk. This is the first time I've ever bought coffee in my entire life. White wine vinegar, which it says on the bottle, which is brilliant, suitable for celiacs and vegans. We've got xanthan gum, always fun. Over here things got a bit messy, but that's just how I roll. This is recipe 1 of my 4 potential recipes. And this one uses applesauce, but it is actually starting to appear a bit like cake batter. There's a slight problem with this applesauce. Congeals quite a lot. Alright, well, first baking disaster of the day, didn't take long. I took this recipe and I wanted to halve it, and I did that with everything but the applesauce. So now in here, there is too much applesauce. And there's nothing I can do about it because it's all combined now. I think we're going to make this one into a full-size cake, and I'll just have to add in all the extra ingredients. Out damned apple piece. Where are you? Making my cake all lumpy. And now into the oven she goes. This is recipe number 1. 1 recipe down, 3 more to go, and my kitchen is already just carnage everywhere. Recipe number 2, this is a chocolate recipe. This is the one using coffee. It smells good. Oh god, I'm making such a mess. But that's certainly what I do best. Okay, recipe number 1 is out. It's a weird texture. This is recipe number 2. Adding on in. Okay, so cake update. Number 1 came out of the oven and we've had a slight issue in that it's sunk. I'm kind of already thinking that I don't really like this recipe. Yeah, so when I brought this out of the oven, it seemed a lot spongier. Yeah, so there's our answer. Far too much moisture. Doesn't look too appetizing. So let's give recipe 1 a taste test and hope I don't kill myself because it doesn't look all that great. Wow, you can really taste the apple in that, which I'm not surprised because there was a lot of applesauce in there. It doesn't taste too bad, it's just the texture. It's not cake, it's more like jelly. Alrighty, so this is recipe number 2 and they're all coming out clean. Okay, so we are on to recipe number 3 of the day. I'm just mixing some dry ingredients in here, and this is almond milk flour on me. Almond milk and white wine vinegar. Apparently I've got to set that aside to curdle. Now when I'm baking I usually don't like the idea of curdling. I'm intrigued to see what this looks like in 5 minutes time. Okay, it's been 5 minutes and this is occurring. Give it a mix. Oh, that just looks so big. Well, that went well. Okay, combine. It's pretty much looks like pancake batter. There is a slight trace there, but really tiny. So I've actually put my pan on a tray just in case everything falls through because I don't quite trust this. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, so time for taste test number 2 from recipe 2. So this is a chocolate one that I just made in little ramekins. And this is also the one with the espresso powder in. Now bearing in mind I don't drink coffee, this could prove interesting. That one isn't too bad. It could be a contender. Okay, last cake coming out of the oven. It hasn't risen all that well. There is quite a spongy texture to it, despite it being very watery. Didn't come out of the edges, so that's good. I tell a lie, it tried to escape these little areas here. And there I was thinking that this one might actually have a decent structure, and then it decides to just do all of that. Yay! I love baking. Alright, so this is our last little disaster. There's plenty of reasons why this could happen, and I know what they are, so next time I do it, then I can try and make sure that those don't happen. But yeah, we're just kind of going with nuggets of cake. That's absolutely fine, right? And it's got quite a nice spongy texture actually. Taste test of recipe number 3. Here we go. That was a big bite. Despite the disaster, it actually tastes really good. But yeah, that is actually a really nice cake sticking to the roof of my mouth. But very, very nice. So here we are for the final taste test. And our tester, the fiance.
Well, I'll start with recipe 1.
Yeah, that has apples in it. It is everything you expect. It is a large, thick stodge of cake with a hint of apple in it. Wouldn't recommend.
Okay, recipe number 2.
Right. Because of the colour, I'm guessing this is on the coffee in it, which I'm dreading because I dislike coffee with a passion. It looks like the kind of cake that you get from some form of dark necromantic rite. And it tastes the same.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah. I will not be finishing that one. This one's looking a lot better. That tastes like a very roostable cake. Knowing that it is gluten free and everything else, it is actually really rather good cake, so yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner.